one after another, but try to understand what I am telling, and it will be discussed, and questions will be put in the last of the class, so that you are in this block 2. First one is your unit 5. This unit 5 contains approaches and strategies for learning mathematics. Approaches and strategies for learning mathematics. That means this mathematics then can be implemented, that can provided in a classroom situation by a teacher in different ways, in different techniques, and in different methods. What should be the general objectives? It proceeds from behaviorist to constructivist. Behaviorist to constructivist, to explain about various strategies for teaching learning mathematics, to identify different strategies for teaching. In this case, teacher's role are very important, and what role should be played by himself to accommodate learner, to provide proper teaching to learner, which will facilitate for better understanding and the development of teaching learning process. In this way, if you consider in case of the pedagogical shift, this may be proceed from behaviorist to constructivist. So what is first we should know what is behaviorist? All behavior is the result that an individual's responses to external stimuli. That means a teacher provides opportunity for the better understanding of behavior, and it is constructed on the basis of knowledge and for the development of learner's attitude, and that is constructed by Skinner, B.F. Skinner. And what is constructivist? Constructivist is the knowledge developed by learner. And what is behaviorist? All behavior is the result that an individual responses to external stimuli. That means the external behavior of learner can be developed, can be modified by means of different techniques, by means of different ways. Next, constructivist approach for teaching learning mathematics. In this constructivist approach, knowledge cannot be transmitted to learner. Remember, knowledge cannot be transmitted to learner, but it can be constructed by himself only. It can be constructed by himself. That knowledge must be gained, that can be provided, that can be intimated to learner, but that is the duty of learner, that how they will gain, how they will be proceed from general to specific. Students' knowledge may be modified, students' knowledge may be constructed, but should be on the basis of the experience. So that a good teacher, an experienced teacher, he can accumulate it in different ways. Therefore, there are different strategies are there. A teacher can use such type of strategies in classroom situation in order to develop the teaching learning process. That teaching learning process should facilitate for better understanding of learner, for gaining of knowledge, and for promotion of their mentality, development of intellectuality, and for better understanding. In this way, the strategies we can take one, inductive and deductive method. Inductive and deductive. What is inductive? Inductive approach is based on the process of induction. That means reasoning from specific facts to general. There are some of the characteristics behind this inductive approach, that it proceeds from particular to general, concrete to abstract, simple to complex. These are the following criteria, these are the following characteristics for inductive method. So that it is only suitable for induction of new topic, formulation of rules, derivation of a formula, and its generalization. These steps can be followed by a good teacher to provide his teaching in a classroom situation in order to clarify the doubt of learner, in order to develop teaching learning process in an effective and efficient manner. For example, we can take the sum of two odd numbers is even. We can take 1, another is 5. If we add 1 plus 5, that is equal to 6, it is even number. That belongs to inductive method. Next will come deductive. What is deductive? This is the opposite of inductive method. It proceeds from general to particular, abstract to general to particular, abstract to concrete, and complex to simple. This idea provides opportunity in classroom situation that a teacher can try to taught geometry. He can use such a method in deductive and inductive method in order to solve a problem like mensuration in geometry. It will be benefited for understanding of a psychological term, a psychology from the mind of learner. Therefore, inductive and deductive method is essential, except if there are some difference are there and you have to collect it. Second, analytic and synthetic method. Analytic and synthetic method. In case of analytic, it proceeds from unknown to known. It is derived from the word analysis. That means to break into, separate, to break into, or to break up, or to separate. That means it provides opportunity to break up it into different parts or to separate it. We can take also an example from algebra. It will be discussed later. Next will come what is synthetic method. From synthesis means to synthesize certain elements to arrive at the conclusion. To synthesize something. So synthesize something into a different certain parts to arrive at the conclusion. This is the opposite of analytic method. Another question comes to our mind, that what is problem solving method? What is problem solving method? This is also an important method in classroom teaching. This method provides opportunity for a teacher through applying concepts and skills in interesting and realistic contexts. It is responsible for a particular meaningful in mathematics. Therefore, a teacher can use also this problem solving approach. That means when a problem arises, he thinks more and more. It develops the creativeness of learner, thinking and imaginative power of learner. Teacher can help. A teacher can provide opportunity to develop such type of method in classroom situation. A problem may be solved so that a problem can be taken and it can be solved by different students, and their solutions are also different. At last, a conclusion comes out for the particular problem. Therefore, this problem solving method is also very important in teaching mathematics. Except there are heuristic method also. This is not necessary for a course. And we can take the technique of teaching. What should be the technique of a good teaching? In classroom situation, a teacher can use different techniques for translating this teaching for development of knowledge of learner. And in this way, he should use different techniques. There are many of the teachers in the class that matter mathematics, but students are unable to listen. Students are unable to understand, then what should be done by a teacher? So the proper method, proper techniques must be used by that teacher. First, we can take drill and practice. Drill and practice. This is a very important point for a teacher. If students are unable to know what the teacher is saying, unable to understand, then he should drill it. A proper practice must be implemented by him. If this technique will be continued in the class, then students' knowledge will be developed and they can be able to understand what actually the lesson says. Second, playway. Playway is very important for small children, for pre-primary, primary students. In some cases, it can be observed that some students are unable to create their interest towards mathematics, so that a teacher can follow this method, this technique in a classroom situation in order to develop the mentality of learner. Next, homework. This is very important for a teacher. He should give homework to learner. More importance should be given for these particular things, because in their home situation, students are very poor to read. They are interested in playing and other activities. But this homework should be provided to them, then it will be benefited for development of the lesson. Next is assignments. Assignments must be the teacher says, when the teacher reads or mathematics, of mathematical work should be provided to them as an assignment. It is a task. It is a work allotment. In this technique, learners are provided with responsibility for own learning. Their responsibility capacity will be developed. And they will be able to do their own work. They will create a creative attitude among themselves. A competitive attitude, competitive mind will be created among themselves. So that these assignments plays an important role in the field of assignments. And in this way, students' actual characteristics can be developed by a good teacher. Teacher should provide such type of assignments, such type of teaching materials, reading materials to them, and provides opportunity for better understanding in classroom and outside of the classroom situation. Next, we come to Unit 6, organizing teaching learning experiences. Organizing teaching learning experiences. In this case, in the field of teaching learning process, how it will be organized, what experience should be gained by a teacher, and what he gained, how it will be implemented in a classroom situation. Therefore, here planning is most necessary. Planning is essential in every sphere of life. Plan must be necessary, and it should be prepared by a teacher in order to develop his learning. Because in a classroom situation, it can be observed that teachers will be effective if his teaching process will be effective. If his teaching will clarify the doubt of learner, then we can say that he is a good teacher. It can be observed that a third class teacher, he can provide a good teaching because his experience are more. His direction, his way of talking, way of teaching, perfect in classroom. Therefore, in this way, how to plan learning experience and various levels involves in mathematics. Teaching learning process involves in 3 techniques. First is unit planning. Second is lesson planning. And third one is discussion. Unit planning. We know that a teacher can use different types of techniques in a classroom. But first one is unit planning. There are different units in the subject of mathematics. So that he prepares a unit planning. That means it takes from the unit, and prepares its plan. And that unit must be prepared by a well-planned teacher. That unit planning must be very comprehensive in school curriculum. The individual teacher needs to check out yearly course. It may be prepared in the yearly courses, and the course is divided into various units. If the course is mathematics, then he can subdivide this subject in different units. And that division of course into units had to provide a framework for learning disciplinary knowledge to learner. So that unit-wise plan will be prepared here, and students will be facilitated to teach through this unit planning. Therefore, this unit planning focuses on content analysis for the identification and development of key ideas The main ideas, main points will be taken here. Unit questions, object-based questions will be taken here. Resources of learning are required in classroom teaching, and students will facilitate for development of lesson plan through this type of unit planning. Second is lesson planning. This is very important. In lesson planning, a teacher prepares his lesson before deliberation in classroom situation. And this lesson planning may be followed through different techniques, through different plans that may be followed by Harpatan steps or 5E model, or it can be prepared for a IGNOU format. In this way, this plan can be prepared in last discussion. After preparation of this plan, it will be discussed whether it is benefited for the learner or not, whether students are accompanied with it or not. And this unit planning basically involves a good teaching for a teacher. A teacher can follow it to accommodate learner, to provide proper teaching to learner, and in this way, this plan can be provided. So that what should be the objectives are there? Please 1 minute. Students will be facilitated for a better understanding of teaching learning process, to provide opportunity for development of mentality, to provide opportunity for a clarification of doubts. In this way, there are different objectives are behind it. Next is planning and designing learning experiences. How these learning experiences will be planned and designed. In this way, 3 steps are there: planning, designing, and organizing. Before to provide the lesson, a teacher should plan it. And after proper planning, it should be designed. And on the basis of this design, it should be organized properly in classroom situation. Then, what should be the different tools and techniques are there? What is characteristics of good learning experiences? Point 3, learner orientation. Richness and experiences. Next, suitability to the mental level. That means all of the subject matter should be suitable for the mental development of learner. Next is practicability. It should be on the basis of practical knowledge of learner. And the last one is evaluation. It should be evaluated basis of the knowledge of the they are accumulated with the particular topic or not. So the teacher, when find such type of demerits from the learner, he can give he can provide other situation, he can give a suggestion to read more and more in classroom situation. Next, sequencing of learning experiences. In case of this, the sequencing of learning experience involves in the preparatory or readiness stage. First one is the preparatory or readiness stage. In this case, he will prepare himself or readiness to listen. Second, exploratory or developmental stage. The teacher can provide such type of opportunity for his readiness. Then exploratory or developmental stage. In exploratory or developmental stage, a teacher can use different techniques, different problems that comes to his mind. He gives explanation on it. Next is involving learners in teaching learning process. Involves learner in teaching learning process. That means how teachers will be involved in teaching learning process. Can follow different tools and techniques in classroom situation. Therefore, what should be the level of planning? First one is annual planning. That means he prepares his plan before delivers, before planning. How he will teach. Mapping for unit planning. And third one is lesson plan. Explore or it may be in the form of IGNO format or maybe in the form of forgotten steps. That means this plan may be made for development of lesson plan in the classroom session. Then planning instruction for children with special needs. Planning instruction for children with special needs. Planning instruction. Some children needs special classroom, special teacher, and special environment. Visual impaired children, hearing children, learning disability, special classroom, special attention, and a special teacher also. But some cases, due to unavailability of it becomes so that a teacher should arrange themselves, should create proper atmosphere in the class in order to develop their mentality. In this way, learning mathematics through puzzles, riddles, and tricks. This is the very important point for a teacher because he can teach his lesson through games, through quizzes, riddles, and tricks. These are very important point for a teacher. That through these points, he can motivate learner towards receiving all knowledge in classroom situation. And it creates interest with themselves. Then what should be the mathematical tricks? It look like magic. The tricks look like magic. Because we usually play games during our leisure time. And after when the teacher starts his teaching, students are not interested to taught, not interested to listen the word of teacher. But a teacher If he is perfect, then he can use different tricks to accommodate, to give knowledge to learner in different ways, in different techniques. Next, what is puzzles? It is a statement reading to a particular result. It is called brain teasers. It is a way and it creates interesting in the class. It gives direction to a teacher for creation of some type of puzzles in class. Next is riddles. It is questions with surprising answers are called riddles. Questions with surprising answers. It is different from puzzle. A riddle is a puzzle, but not all puzzles are riddles. Therefore, a teacher can follow such type of techniques in the classroom situation in order to develop the learning attitude of learners, and students will be able to receive knowledge according to their own interest. Because teachers can create such type of interest in the classroom. Therefore, next you come to Unit 7. In case of Unit 7, there is learning resources and ICT for mathematics teaching learning. Mathematics teaching learning. Learning resources. What should be the learning resources in classroom teaching? Now, what are the needs and its importance, and the role of information and communication technology can be implemented in order to develop the teaching learning process effectively. In this way, a learning resources involves in texts, ads, and video materials, original ads. This can be used by a teacher in the classroom situation in order to develop the creativeness, in order to create interest, and facilitates learner to receive the proper knowledge in classroom situation. Therefore, a teacher should create such type of atmosphere first in the class. Students may or may not be interested, but how they will be interested, it depends upon a qualified, a trained teacher to create such type of atmosphere in the class. Therefore, in this way, in classroom situation, what should be the importance and use of learning resources? What should be the importance and use of learning resources? Learning resources serve many purposes. Whether you know, lecture method is one of the common method. Many times subject contents are not covered and privately to the learners through lecturing style. A teacher or a lecturer can lecture his lesson in the class through different styles, and students are also interested to listen it. But these researches involves in helps learners to involve fully in the learning process. It facilitates learners to comprehend subject concepts. It assists learners to learn effectively in classroom situation. It also provides verbal communication on the part of teachers. Therefore, this technique is very important and can be maintained by a teacher, and whether students are involving or not can be also identified. Except it, mathematics laboratory or mathematics corner, mathematics club are the important field in teaching of mathematics. In classroom laboratory, it can be observed that a mathematics laboratory or mathematics corner plays an important role to clarify the doubt or learner, because it is a practical way. Theoretical knowledge can be provided to them, but practical knowledge should be provided for better practice of that theory. Therefore, in every mathematical solution, this laboratory or the laboratory corner are necessary. Except there is mathematics club also. In mathematics club, you are already well known that many of the discussions are involved with it. In this club, there are the discussion about different resources and to engage in extracurricular activities also. So these extracurricular activities and learning resources must be involved in this mathematics club. Next you come, what should be the role of ICT in mathematics? In mathematics, information and communication technology is very important because it provides, because nowadays we use such type of technique of ICT in our classroom session, in our teaching learning process, in order to develop or create interest among the learner. Therefore, ICT is very important, and in this way we can know that ICT, what should be the need and importance of ICT. In our today's teaching learning process, ICT has become an approach or is a component of teaching learning process. In our daily life, we use this ICT through different programs. Likewise, in program learning, the use of television, use of computer network, hardware and software, satellite system, they are the dedication of ICT. It clarifies the doubt of learner in the field of mathematics. Mathematical problems, mathematical calculations that can be solved within a certain period. So that one question comes to our mind, that why ICT is very important. We know that the use of ICT like radio, television, LCD, internet, it provides opportunity that within a certain period we can solve our problem in mathematics also. It has influenced teaching learning, administration, assessment, and professional development of learner. Therefore, we will discuss the needs and importance of ICT. First one, we can say that in the various learning situations, it is a process, it is a technique which creates easy for learner. Second case, when a teacher uses such type of ICT in teaching learning process, he informs learner about rely on traditional print textbooks and provides knowledge on the basis of digital devices for learning. Third point, in today's life, the news is the opportunities in teaching learning process. A mathematical problems can be solved within a certain period. So these are the basic important or needs or importance of ICT in the field of mathematics. Next, selection of use of appropriate media. Selection of use of appropriate media. In our classroom teaching in mathematics, we can use different types of media, different types of audio aids, visual aids to develop the learning attitude of learner. Likewise, teachers can use it in classroom or HP. It is a form of ads which clarify the doubt of learner, and students are facilitated to write it appropriately without any wrong. The statements are true, students' teaching are true, and the task which has been provided to them, it should be maintained properly, and students there's a teacher use media that is useful for mathematics teaching. It is certain that a teacher have the freedom such type of media from the basket of learning, research or media. But now the teacher can use it at a task factor, learner's factor, economic availability, and on the basis of students' performance. Student can get knowledge through this use of ICT in classroom situation in order to develop their mind, develop their creativeness, and their attitude of receiving knowledge will be developed properly. Next, this is all about Unit 7. Next, we will proceed to Unit 8. Assessment in mathematics. This is a very important point in the field of mathematics, how assessment or evaluationary techniques will be implemented in classroom situation in order to clarify the doubt of learner, in order to measure their learning attitudes. In whole of year, we can teach to learner, and their actual performance can be assessed, can be evaluated by means of the system of examination, by the system of interview also, by means of the projects given to them, assignments. Therefore, in our daily classroom situation, a teacher can follow such type of assessment in the learning of learner. First one is know that what is assessment in mathematics. Assessment in mathematics. Assessment is an integral part of teaching learning process, as it is a primary tool for monitoring the progress and shaping learning. Nowadays, methods is being viewed not only a traditional requisite, but it creates scientists, engineers, businessmen in a proper way. Keeping this in mind about this comprehensive view of mathematics, it is the role of society to assess it properly. This unit deals with several aspects of assessment in mathematics. We will proceed through different continuous and comprehensive evaluation in mathematics. We know that generally there are two types of assessment procedures that can be followed in classroom situation, that is continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Then what is continuous and comprehensive evaluation? Before to understand it, we know that continuous and comprehensive evaluation involves in changing behaviorist to constructivist. Changing behaviorist to constructivist. Then changing behaviorist means students are becoming broadened in thought of mathematics. They are become broad-minded. They are becomes very interested in teaching room situation, teaching classroom situation. The rule of mathematics in society has changed already. Evaluation process in mathematics has also been transferred from one situation to another in the field of education. Therefore, the whole pedagogy has been shifted from behaviorist approach to constructivist approach. In this way, continuous and comprehensive evaluation CCE involves in the development of teaching learning process. Continuous assessment of learner means works not only facilitates learning, but it enables them for better understanding in learning mathematics. In this process, two methods that can be prepared, like somatic evaluation, and it provides result at the end of the unit. Second is formative evaluation. In formative evaluation, it gives direct result during the course of time. Therefore, this formative evaluation and summative evaluation gives rise to a proper atmosphere. It gives proper direction in comprehensive evaluation in mathematics. Therefore, a technique or a test can be provided in that field that is known as achievement test. Then how this achievement test will be prepared? How this achievement test will be prepared? This achievement test involves in learner at the end of the unit or term or semester or year, etc. It measures at the end of the unit or term or semester or year. It can be prepared by the teacher only. At this administrative process, in administrative ways, this achievement test can be prepared by well-planned teacher. It gives opportunity to measure students' performance in classroom situation. Whether the learners have achieved objectives or not, he prepared it. During his monitoring in the class, whether students enabled to learn properly or not. Except it identifies learners' learning difficulties and gives proper direction. And after it assigns grade. Students' achievements are measured by means of the system of grading. Therefore, in this achievement test, there are different steps are there. First one is planning of the step, planning of the test, preparation of blueprint. Test should be first planned. Then after it, a blueprint will be prepared on the basis of a unit. Then preparation of test items. Then tryout and preparation of scoring key and evaluation of the test. In this case, first one is planning of the test. Planning of the test. A teacher prepares his plan before deliberation in a classroom situation. He gives idea that how a topic will be chosen. After choosing, it should be planned properly. And on the basis of that plan, weightage of the content should be prepared by a teacher. And weightage of instructional objectives will be prepared after it. And this weightage of instruction objectives will be on the basis of knowledge, understanding, application, and skill. And this knowledge, understanding, application, and skill will prepare a blueprint on the basis of knowledge, understanding, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. The total subject matters will be divided into these 5 categories, and weightage will be taken on the basis of these 5 categories. Weightage given to different forms of questions. This is what weightage will be given on different forms of questions. These questions will be in the form of essay type, short answer type, and object type. For example, if questions are 100, then we can take essay type 28 questions, short answer type 56 questions, object type 16 questions. After preparation of this type of questions, time should be fixed. For a teacher made test must be taken 1 hour. Teacher made test taken for 1 hour, and it will be weighted to difficulty level of the question. And that difficulty level will be prepared on the basis of essay type question and long answer type question and object type questions. But this difficulty level will be based on easy, average, and difficult. On the basis of the easy, average, and difficulty, questions will be prepared. Then how a blueprint will be prepared? How a blueprint will be prepared? A blueprint will be prepared. We know that on the basis of knowledge, understanding, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. And it will be on the basis of objective question, short answer type question, and long answer type question. According to the weightage, different types of questions will be prepared. A total number of questions may be 50 or 100 or etc. So that it depends upon a teacher during his teaching how he will prepare and what should be his rule and regulation for the above criteria. Next is preparation of test item. After preparation, all of the test items, how it will be prepared? It will be prepared on the basis of tryout, preparation of scoring key, and evaluation of the test. On the basis of tryout, preparation of scoring key, and evaluation of the test, it should be prepared. So the preparation of test items means it is on the basis of testing. A test constructor should have good knowledge of the subject. First, he should have good knowledge. And without this knowledge of subject, he can't be prepared a test item. And after construction, after preparation, he should try out it, whether it is useful or not. If it is benefited, if it is possible, then key. And according to the scoring key, he will evaluate the test. On the basis of scoring key, he will evaluate the test, and marks will be obtained by means of the procedure of the scoring key. Next, tools and techniques of assessment of learning methods. Tools and techniques. In this way, I have already told you that the tools and techniques for assessment of mathematics are generally two types of techniques can be involved in it. Two types of techniques, that is formative evaluation and second is summative evaluation. This formative evaluation involves in flexible timing. Formative evaluation is flexible timing, and summative evaluation on the basis of written examination or at the end of the term. Then what is the tools and techniques of formative evaluation? Questions, observations, checklists, rating scales, unwritten records, test investigation, portfolio analysis, it should be on the basis of tools. And techniques will be implemented on the basis of examination, assignments, quiz, projects, debates, etc. They are the following tools and techniques for formative evaluation. In case of summative assessment, written end of term. That means objective type, short answer type, and long answer type questions will be delivered to learner. And students' performance will be evaluated in the form of this type of techniques. Next, come written test. In mathematics, through the written test, we got a better indication of learners. That means real achievement of learners can be assessed by means of use on different procedural activities. It enables learner to provide different facts, principles in relating to it. And these tests are in the form of subjective and objective. Students' performance can be measured by means of subject type questions and object type questions. Then come observation. In case of observation, in classroom situation, direct observation has been used to assess mathematical skills, direct observation method, because it gives proper direction to teacher for getting a feedback, proper feedback, for providing proper feedback and getting a certain result from the learner. The direct behavior in methods can be provided in this case. Next is, we should know what is anecdotal record. This record is an observation method used frequently in classroom, in which a teacher summarizes a single developmental record. It is an observation method. Here the teacher records about learners' learning, academic performance, learning behavior, and social interactions. Students' total activities that can be recorded, and it should be day-to-day record of learner. Therefore, a teacher should implement it in a proper way, in a proper fashion, in a proper method in a classroom situation for better understanding of learner and for better clarification of students' activities. Another case comes to our mind, that what is checklist? Checklist is an observational technique. It provides systematic way of collecting data about specific behavior, knowledge, performance, and skills. Students' knowledge, behavior, performance, and skills that can be measured. And it gives direction to check such type of activities of learner in the form of different statements and response like yes, no. Two types of activities are there. First one is the statement, and second is yes, no responses. For example, we can take whether the student is hungry or not. This is our statement. The answer or the response may be yes or not. That means the checklist provides opportunity to well define the subject matter in the form of statement, whether it is yes or not. In the students' actual activities can be measured in the form of this type of activities maintained in the class. Second, in the classroom situation, one form that can be observed, another criteria that is known as rating scale. What is rating scale? It is an extended form of a checklist. In rating scale, we create standards, criteria for evaluating performance and each standard has a definite level of competence. According to learner's activity, students' performance that can be measured. It is a systematic way of collecting data about different techniques. It is an extended form of checklist. Here we create standards, criteria for evaluating performance, and it should have a definite level. Next, we come rubric. A rubric is a scoring tool in order to measure the attitude, the achievement of learner. It divides the whole assigned work into components with clear description of each component and differing leveling of master. It provides a set of scoring guidance to the described performance of learner. It can be used for a wide assignments, papers, projects, oral presentations, etc. A learner can demonstrate the performance and is appropriate to assess the performance of a learner. Therefore, it contains a scale of points to be assigned. For example, students can count 1 to 4. Therefore, actual performance can be measured through this rubric statements. And in this case, another table can be prepared according to the name of the learner, class, section, name the teacher, and his assignments should be divided into different criteria. On the basis of this rubric, students' actual performance can be measured through the knowledge of diagrams, knowledge of terminology, and strategies with all different activities. A teacher can use such type of activities in the classrooms for the better understanding of learner. Another criteria is known as assignments. Assignments are used for both learning and evaluation. Evaluation of assignment is an important aspect. When one assignment is given, it must be based on the instructional objectives. This assignment should be evaluated keeping in view of the objectives, and it extended how they have achieved. The assignment should be evaluated and grading should be given. A student's performance must be evaluated. Therefore, in evaluationary technique, assignment should be given on the basis of specific expectation from learners. This assessment or assignment should be provided to them, should be implemented to them, where there should be the knowledge of result. Students' performance must be measured through this assignment. And that should be facilitated. And they should give an opportunity how to extend their actual life situation. Another case comes to mind, project. A project is a motivated problem, solution of which requires thought and a collection of data, its completion results in the production of something of value to the learners. Students can prepare it. It enables learner to conduct real inquiry in an indisciplinary manner. It promotes problem solving in mathematics and connects it to real life situation. It gives opportunity to observe, to collect data, to analyze, to organize, interpret data, and it gives generalization at last. Therefore, in mathematics, this project is very important, and a teacher can use it in a classroom. That may be in the laboratory, outside of the laboratory, or that can be implemented on students, and students should be facilitated. Students should get, it should create an interest among the learner or towards the learner that they can able to prepare a project on the basis of a given topic. Next is portfolio. Portfolio is a collection of learners' work. That means it can be designed to prepare many things in relation to children's mathematics learning experience. Students' learning experience will be prepared in this manner. It comprises academic work and other forms of educational evidence assembled for the purpose of evaluating the curriculum. Students' quality, learning, progress, academic achievement, it should be evaluated properly. It also helps in determining whether the learners have met learning standards, helping learners to reflect on their academic goals and achievements. Therefore, in this way, it includes a variety of entries, including test tasks, book review, photos, self-assessments, peer assessment, teacher assessment, parent assessment, etc. It gives opportunity to learner to provide input regarding the portfolio contents. And also, it helps learner to select some of all of the items. And according to their items, according to their needs and interests, it should be prepared, and assessment must be taken on the basis of this portfolio. Next comes assessment of learning of mathematics in children with special needs, Assessment of learning of mathematics. When learnings are being provided to learner, how it will be evaluated or assessed in children with special needs. In some cases, assessment tools may not be suitable for children with special needs, as the needs many different from rest of class. Students may not we get different facilities from teacher towards the teaching learning process. Such children are known as special children. They are deviated from the normal children. These learners may need adaptation in assessment process to find out the current status, to make formative and summative evaluation. Therefore, some of the children in this case are learners with low vision. Learners with low vision. Low vision learners take more time to complete homework or examination. Therefore, they face difficulties, and in our day-to-day life, proper care, proper treatment must be taken over them for better understanding of learning. Therefore, extra time must be provided to them to complete their exam. In the sitting capacity, in the examination, proper treatment should be given, and questions which are being provided them for answer must be reduced. It will be better benefited for understanding of lesson. Next is visual impairment. Some students are unable to look properly. Therefore, they must be treated also. Hearing impaired, some students are unable to hear. Proper treatment or proper care must be taken over them. Learning disability. In case of the learning disability, not the system of examination will involve for them, therefore assignment should be given. And this assignment is a better point for visioning of their learning activities. In this case, these are the following activities involved in this. Next you come to Unit 9. Professional development of mathematics teacher. Professional development of mathematics teacher. We know that a teacher who can teach, but this teaching process involves in pre-service teacher and in-service teacher. But basically, professional development in mathematics involves in service teacher only. This is professional development. So that a teacher should have first a content knowledge. Content knowledge should be very sufficient for a teacher, and after gaining of such content knowledge, he should acquire it. The knowledge must be acquired by themselves. Then proper skills for integration. Then curricular and co-curricular knowledge should be gained by themselves. And next is assessment. This type of development must be created by a teacher, and at last, after providing of proper knowledge, the assessment procedures should be implemented on it, and students' performance should be evaluated by such type of professional teacher. The need of professional development for mathematics teacher. Need of professional development for mathematics teacher. It refers to an in-service training to upgrade knowledge and skills of the trainees. In-service training provides opportunity for development of their knowledge and skills. It is generally a training provided to teacher during the course of their service. It is generally a training. It involves with development of the profession during the course of time. It gives opportunity for better understanding of their development in their profession. In this case, one thing comes to our mind, that what should be the professional development programs for a mathematics teacher. Professional development programs for mathematics teacher. Professional development programs that can be maintained during their course are, first is seminars. In case of seminar, formal presentation is a pro forma of seminar. This seminar indicates it creates good atmosphere and it eradicates all types of remedies from the mind of teacher. They can get facility for providing of knowledge, for fear, removal of fear from their minds, and then can able to give proper suggestion in that seminar. Second is conference. It is also a formal meeting. This formal meeting also involves in the conference hall total activities. In the formal meetings, which is a number of people gather to talk about their idea or problems related to a particular topic, usually for a few days. It is a large gathering of individuals or members of one or more organizations for discussing matters of shared interest. Organizing conferences involving members of the teaching community is an effective way to render professional development to the teacher. Here will be the discussion, sharing of experiences regarding classroom behavior and results of action research. Adopting reflective practices are some of the fruitful techniques, and that techniques can be implemented also in the conference, and actual result that can be informed, actual performance that can be gained, and that can be implemented in mathematics classroom also. Except it, there is one thing that online sharing communities. In online sharing communities is the advancement of technology. Sharing of resources and experiences among like-minded people through online platforms. It has become a norm. Teachers in the community have a lot of common interests, issues related to learners, curriculum content, and its implementation. New technical procedures can be implemented here to measure the learning aptitude through online seminars, through websites, that is not through websites. Therefore, due to this, a teacher can transmit his knowledge on online video as a means for professional development. More and more teachers are looking to these online resources for a solution to their teaching issues or training needs. Therefore, online sharing communities is the dedication of ICT for the removal of different superstitions, different remedies, and the clarification of doubts in different fields. In this way, membership of professional organization plays an important role. Membership of professional organization represents that particular profession. It is a particular profession, people interest, and its discussion in different ways. For this professional organization, some of the members are there, and they usually organizes a particular profession on the basis of interest of individual. The profession and the public interest are the key points in the field of education. These are the organization of professional activities. Therefore, teachers juggling a multitude of roles, both in professional as well as personal capacities. Joining a professional organization ought to be a high priority for them. This professional organization offers benefit such as exclusive online resources, networking opportunities. And these opportunities is the important key point for the membership of professional organization. Next, teacher as a community of lessons. Teacher as a community of learners. In learner cases, teachers play a social role, social unit that is irrespective of size, that shares common values, interest, and situated in a common location in refer as a community. It consists of an interacting population of various kinds of individuals having common characteristics or interests. A teacher are today actively involved in collaborating learning, where in the teachers as a group of people and learns or to attempt to learn something together as a community. Teachers provide opportunity for creation of interest, for providing of atmospheric knowledge, and basically the ultimate benefit of a teacher is forming learning communities. Therefore, study of one's reflective practices from professional development. Reflective practices. It refers to the study of one's own experience to improve the way of one work.
Dr. Mahanti, your voice is not audible at all. Dear students, please wait. I think Dr. Ajay Mahanti is disconnect. Yes, he's very much online again. You just switch on your microphone, Dr. Mahanti. Your microphone is off. Please switch on your microphone. Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, come on.
Therefore, in this way, a teacher can be a researcher. He researches in the whole of the things. He researches about students' activities, teaching, learning activities, teachers' quality, whether it is important for the learner or not. In this way of teaching, as long as he involved in the teaching learning process also. Teaching and research are in fact complemented to each other, one improving the other's performance. Every day, a teacher can do his activity actively, and he gives direction to learner for better understanding of the subject matter. Therefore, in most of the cases, this is very important, and how to conduct such type of excellent research in mathematics. It is a form of applied research to solve different problems. This applied research can be implemented in classroom situation in order to conduct it in properly. Therefore, a teacher should have knowledge. A teacher should provide opportunity to the learner for better understanding of the subject matter through good practices. Teacher can provide his lesson, but he should provide opportunity to learner to regulate it properly. The purpose of action research is to solve classroom problems through the application of scientific method. Scientific attitudes, scientific knowledge, and actions research is a cyclic process. It is a continuous process based on constant feedback and improvement. Therefore, it needs planning, acting, observing, and reflecting. These four steps are necessary for a teacher. Before deliberation of teaching, he should first prepare the plan, then actions must be taken by him, and after observation, he should reflect it. And after his reflection, he should evaluate the performance of learner. That is known as also assessment. In this way, learning of learner, problems of learner, and their cooperation and participation will be effective, and students will get facility for improvement of the teacher learning process. Therefore, a good teacher is a professional teacher when his teaching process will be effective in a classroom situation, and he will be able to mobilize learner towards this particular subject, particular topic, which will be benefited for better understanding. This is all cover of unit 9. Now we come across with different questions. Okay, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Is your presentation over?
Yes, sir. The presentation is over.
Dear students, please let us know if there is anything left, because I cannot say, because I am not the subject expert. So you just tell us if there is any component left in block block 2. So that we will touch upon again, because still time is there. It is 11:45. Or else you can straight away ask questions.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Sir, what is concept attainment model and how it is important for teaching mathematics for students?
Concept attainment model in mathematics is an important part. That this method can be implemented through concept attainment model and inquiry training model. The two things are comes to our mind, because the preparation of a model, in the case of inquiry training model, this concept attainment model clarifies the concept, some of the concepts that can be involved in it, and students' actual procedures that can be implemented. Therefore, this concept attainment model implies on the development of learners' learning activities, and it can be implemented in class students' performance, students' clarification of concepts about model. What is model of teaching? What are the necessity of the model of teaching that can be implemented in the class?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I have another question, sir.
Yes.
Sir, what is the informal ways of professional development?
Informal way means this is a practical knowledge. Informal way is the activity that can be provided in informal way. Likewise, in an informally, we can develop our plan. For example, in informally, we can develop our plan through practices as usual in everyday life, or by abnormal or ancient peoples without historical or geographical limitation. But today, we can use it through different practices.
You see, dear student, before understanding, this informal professionalism or professionalism learned through informal manner, you should have to first of all understand what is a profession. You have to differentiate between whether teaching is a profession or teaching is a vocation, isn't it? So all of you know, and we have already also discussed in some previous classes, that teaching is a profession. It is not a vocation, isn't it? Once you take teaching as a vocation, that means professionalism will not be there in your mind. Professionalism requires a whole lot of dedication, whole lot of effort on your part, isn't it? Your professional ethics, your punctuality, your honesty, your integrity to the profession, and subject mastery, your sympathetic attitude towards the students. So all these things are different component of your professionalism, and a teacher should always try to become a true professional, isn't it? Therefore, people rightly say that you can become Prime Minister of India, but if you have no professionalism, you cannot become a successful teacher. Okay, so teaching, or to become a teacher, spatial ability is required, and that ability can be developed through professionalism. Or I'm sorry, the professionalism can be developed through these abilities. Okay, so you see, you see, there are many things in the training colleges. What you learn, what kind of professionalism is inculcated in you in the training colleges. So whatever activities are done, those activities are formal in nature. In addition to those activities, there are many things which really add to development of professionalism or professional ethics. For example, when you watch somebody behaving in a proper manner, in a decent manner, you are just watching. That means in an informal manner, you are imbibing that particular tendency or quality. Okay, if somebody is teaching well, you are trying to imbibe his speaking style, or if he has given a particular anecdote and that is really useful for development of the learner, and if you are getting that, that also helps. So informally you are getting whole lot of information, whole lot of knowledge for developing your professional ability or professional skill. Okay, so that, or in that particular sphere, you must have to understand professionalism in an informal manner. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other question?
Hello, sir. I have another question.
Please.
Yes.
Sir, we learned about reflection in the recent topics. So I want to learn that which is more effective, reflection in action approach or reflection on action approach?
Your question is a little bit ambiguous. Can you repeat it?
Okay.
Repeat the question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir. There is two types of reflection I have learned in this book. That the one is reflection in the action approach, and second one is reflection on action approach. So I want to know that which is more effective in the classroom.
Dr. Ajay Mahanti, can you respond to it?
The two questions: reflection on and reflection in. In this place,
Sir.
hello.
Hello. I want to know that which is more beneficial, reflection in action approach or reflection on action approach.
That is in on, that there should not be any difference. Reflection in action. You see, reflection in action approach means, you see, there are many things which are taught with the help of reflection, reflective behavior. You must have heard about this particular word, reflective behavior. What is that? There are many things or knowledge or many new informations are imbibed through reflections, isn't it? So that is something which is very important in the place of teaching and learning. In teaching, suppose suppose you are teaching a subject, and you are teaching just like that, and something new immediately comes to your mind, and that is put up by you, which is really appreciated by your learners. That comes as a flash. That comes as a reflection. Okay. So that kind of a thing, this is purely my personal view. I already said that I have not gone through your study material. From my personal experience, I have given this particular statement. But then, if there is any, Dr. Ajay Mahanti is requested to add.
No, sir. It is true that two things are same, but it reflects the, if proper knowledge will be provided. I'm giving one example. If proper knowledge will be given, it reflects the mind of learner. That may be inside of the class or outside of the class. The mind will be reflected if proper knowledge will be provided. If students will be facilitated to get knowledge. Therefore, there is no basic difference in it.
Okay. Then I withdraw. I withdraw my answer. My answer was something else. And if that is there in the study material, so dear students, please take up the view or take up the answer of Dr. Ajay Mahanti. Okay. Reflection of the student, isn't it? Reflection of the student, when the mind of the learner is reflected, that is reflective behavior. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Is there anything? Dr. Mahanti, can you please tell us what is the best method to teach mathematics, especially to the secondary school students?
Yes, sir. For secondary school students, we can take analytic and synthetic method. Proceeds from unknown to known, and this provides opportunity for better understanding of learner, because that may be in the form of questions, that may be in the form of, we can take algebra, we can take mensuration, we can take geometry, and it gives opportunity for better understanding. That may be in the form of questions, and that may be in the form of students' explanation also. Hello.
Okay, okay.
Hello.
Okay, please come online. Please ask your question. Please ask your question. Okay, students, please tell me whether you have started writing your assignments for the core courses.
Yes, sir.
Is there any problem in writing the answer? Is there any problem? Rajat, please switch
Yes,
on
sir.
your microphone. Switch on your microphone and speak. Okay. Okay, now it is switched off. Please switch on. Yes.
Hello, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, now it is audible.
Sir, we have started writing assignments, but I have one question in my mind. When we started to writing something lesson plan related to lesson plan, what approach we should take? That 5E approach or the Harvard-Tanian method? Which should I take? If there is not mentioned that you should go for a 5E approach or Harvard-Tanian method, which one should choose in that particular thing?
You see, it depends on you. Normally the modern approach people are following. The modern approach, that means the 5P approach. And it was discussed in previous classes also, isn't it? Hello, Rajat.
Yes, sir, I'm listening, sir.
Normally people are adopting, there are two types of methods normally in vogue, which are prevalent, which are preparing lesson plan. One is your traditional method and the other one is the modern method, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
The traditional method, the earlier type of preparation of lesson plan, and the modern method has been prepared by what is that, Regional Institute of Education, Mysore. The model of lesson which is prepared by Regional Institute of Education, Mysore, that has been considered as the modern lesson plan. Okay, so you adopt as per your convenience, as per your suitability, because experts are not prescribing a particular method. Okay, the method with which you feel yourself comfortable, you adopt that method and prepare your lesson plan. Of course, you do consult with your counselors. Now it is not possible because study centers are not open. When the workshop will open, sorry, when the study center will open and workshop will start, during that time you will get enough opportunity in consulting your counselors. So there you ask these questions and clarify all your doubts and show your lesson plan to them. They will
Yes, sir.
advise you in a better way because they are the subject experts and they have been guiding the students, continuously over the years. So they will prescribe the better way of preparing a lesson plan. All right.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Sir, my question is how we teach mathematics in heuristic method in classroom situation.
Heuristic method. Dr. Mahadev, please reply. Please reply to this question.
Heuristic method is very important, and this method can be implemented for lower class of students, but it gives a particular to general. That means an unknown question will be provided, and after it a solution will be calculated, so that for lower class students this type of heuristic method can be implemented for getting a better result, and the result which it gives, in some cases a result may or may not be provided a proper result. Therefore this method is not implemented in today's life. Only deductive, inductive, analytic, synthetic, problem solving, and laboratory method is being used for the solution of a problem. Clear? Hello?
Is there any question? There is a question by Nirupama. Nirupama is asking what is CAM? C-A-M.
It is discussed today, concept attainment model.
Concept attainment
One
model.
question model. It was given in the earlier, and I have explained it in detail. Otherwise, this is an interdisciplinary organization also.
Now, just explain a little bit CAM because he's asking, I think she may not have understood, therefore she's asking this question. Concept
This is
attainment model, what is that? Just explain in few lines.
concept attainment model is a process in the mathematics and also in statistics. Mathematical sciences naturally from the core of concept attainment model membership, but the importance of mathematics for science and technology here concept attainment model involves with teaching learning process.
Okay. Nirupama, you must agree with me that there is a concept formation, or what should I? Teaching student learning through concepts. I had written a small article on that. Students learning through concepts. You see, whatever we see in front of us, these are nothing but different concepts. Okay, and we form a different opinion about all these things that we see, and we learn. When we see a tree, when we see a cow, when we see a river, when we see a vehicle moving, isn't it? That is nothing but a kind of concept in front of us, and we are learning each and every concept continuously. So here, concept attainment model in mathematics is something different. Whatever mathematical elements are there, they are nothing but different mathematical concepts. Suppose addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, these are different concepts. It may be considered as a concept, nothing else. Okay. So all these things, the attainment of skills for understanding these concepts, maybe this CAM, concept attainment model, the model through which these skills can be imbibed, isn't it? So it is there in your study material. Please learn it once again. Go through the study material once again for clear understanding of CAM, concept attainment model. I think there is no other question. So yes, okay. I think there is no other question. Let us wind up the session with a sincere thanks to Dr. Ajay Kumar Mahanti and all the learners, those who have participated. Tomorrow we'll again join in this particular classroom at 10 a.m. With block 3. Sorry, yes, block 3. We have covered block 1 and block 2. So block 3 will be covered tomorrow, and day after tomorrow, block 4. Okay, day after
Hello, sir.
day after tomorrow I may not be available because we are going to organize a webinar on yoga and COVID-19. So tomorrow I am very much there. Tomorrow, of course, I will start the class, and then from 11 a.m. onwards, I will be busy in the webinar. So class will go on. Okay. So students, please come prepared to the classroom so that you can ask more and more questions and make the teaching learning effective. Thank you very much. Dr. Mahanti, thank you very much. And students, thank you very much for joining.
Thank you, sir. Thanks to all.
Thank you.